That was man. I want to dedicate this song to Stephanie and Dawson. People always be like, how you the mayor of DC and you a Cowboy fan? I be like, man, I'm a Cowboy fan because my mother raised me a Cowboy fan. I ain't gonna change now. Miss you, Ma. I remember sitting in my room playing with my toys. My mother in the kitchen making all kind of noise. I'm watching X-Men, Red Super Friends, playing games with my computer friends. I can still smell the pancakes in the hallway. Seem like the smell child linger around all day. I can still picture her with a house coat on. Never thought the last place she lived was in my song. We at the table watching stories on the VHS that she recorded all week to relieve the stress. I'm just sitting here saying all my feelings, laughing at Erica, watching all my children. We moved around a lot. I was always the new kid. Always tried to claim the new hood we moved in. And my mother child had to make it slick. We from Uptown, Ricky, we just live here. Let's go.
Still cooking in the kitchen. And I can see her smile. Such a pretty vision. I wish you
Happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Happy Mother's Day.
My mother
was a Cowboys fan too, just to let you know.
Hey.
and I can hear a voice if I really listen.
I lost my mother when I was about 11 weeks after I gave her first Christmas present. I bought with my own money, even picked it out. That's another memory I won't forget about. I moved with my Aunt Joyce. When my mother died, they thought I never cried. I would had too much pride. It sounds funny, but I waited till I took a dump. Go to the bathroom and then cry all I want. I grabbed a tear. Man, I'm gonna let that a little bit more display because ironically, the song was written for my mother. And I started on my aunt that raised me. And then I lost her about 2 years ago. And then JB is singing the song. It was just like everybody. That's how I get past the pain I be working through.
I can see mama.
But definitely happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, all the stepmothers, all the step-in mothers, all the aunts, the big sisters, the cousins, the elders, the homegirls that look out. Happy Mother's Day to all y'all.
Such a pretty vision. I miss your mama. I can hear mama cooking in the kitchen.
Shout out to Sherelle, Roman, Paula Selman for singing on this track. And of course, my bro JB, you on the track too. Talk to him, JB.
If I really listen. Mama's in the kitchen cooking meals, did what it took to pay the bills. Singing this song kinda gives me chills. Put your hands in the air in the bills.
Well, definitely rest in peace to my mother, Stephanie Ann Dawson, and rest in peace to Aunt Joyce, and rest in peace to Jack mother. Jack, what's your mom's name?
Mary Jackson.
Rest in peace, Miss Mary Jackson. I don't know if Berger watching or not, but rest in peace to Aunt Murray.
I love your mama. I love your mama. Oh.
Berger,
Thank you.
Hey, I was good all day until right in pre-production when I played the L. I was just like, I had to cut it off. Listen to JB. Happy Mother's Day to everybody tuned in. I want to thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
Let me turn JB on. JB over there riffing. He hitting every note on the song. Man, let's get this thing started. Let's bring it in.
Welcome to the News Network, your home for education and entertainment, righteousness and ratchetness, where we are never content with just content. No breaks.
No breaks. Welcome back to a Pod Named Kickback. I am No Breaks, new to righteous ratchet. If you throw it, I catch it. If you got it, I match it. Each and every week, right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. What up, Jack?
I love it. I love it. Look, you sounded like who be having a long intro? Shannon Sharp. Anyway, this is Get Fit with Jack and You Snatch. It is less than 50 days until summer, you guys. Right. Wake up call. So let's get active. Let's stay active. I know it's raining today, but when it's sunny outside, you need to get outside and get some fresh air and some vitamin D. So definitely, especially today, it's been crazy in Georgia. I don't know anywhere else, but Georgia's been raining all day like cats and dogs, off and on. But we've had some good weather this whole week, but prior to. But yeah, everybody needs to get active. Because for one, like it's Mother's Day. I lost my mother in 2018. It's because she didn't stay active. She had surgery prior before, and she wasn't active, so she ended up having blood clots that had traced all the way up to her heart and her lungs. So I am very, 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 very into fitness and pouring into people, being a peace contributor, and telling people to get off their asses and get active because you have one life. You have one life. And when you get to a certain age, it is really all about what you've been doing, what you're doing today, and what you're going to do tomorrow. So make those lifestyle changes, please.
Yeah, I mean, everything is a result. If you're in shape, it's a result of what you did. If you're rich, it's a result of your hustle. If you're broke, it's a result of your hustle. If you're out of shape, it's a result of what you didn't do. Everything in the
really,
world is
BKC? Wow, yeah, it's serious.
Yeah, man.
Are we glad that you survived that and you surpassed that? And I hope you're staying active now.
Yeah, shout out to Corey. Shout
That's
out
your peace
Cool Ray.
contributor. That's your peace contributor right there. Shout out to the wifey and happy Mother's Day to her.
Oh, for sure. Happy Mother's Day, Corey. Damn, man. We're gonna have a good show. We're gonna have an entertaining episode. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna put a little bit of that pain to the side. I know a lot of us don't have mothers this Mother's Day. A lot of us are missing our mothers this Mother's Day. And we're gonna honor them. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna smile. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna joke. We're gonna have a good show with you guys. I appreciate everybody jumping from Facebook to YouTube to watch it live. I know the world like, please come over here. And they're like, no, I want to stay over here.
He said, no.
No. But I appreciate you guys following us over here to YouTube. This is where our bread is buttered. This is where we gonna be. And I hope you enjoy yourselves. And we about to get into it. As we start every episode, we gotta go with our high and low of the week.
Now, high low. Who wants to go first?
Ladies first.
I mean, my high, of course, is Mother's Day.
Okay.
You know, it's Mother's Day. I wouldn't say I have a low because I've worked on myself to enhance my coping skills. So I'm not in a bad place or a bad space as far as today. With my mother not being here, I'm actually in a good space and celebrated her. I feel her all through me. I mean, I just feel good. So I don't have a low, but my high is just Mother's Day. And shout out to all the mothers again.
Shout out to all the mommies. I see Amanda Monday just joined us here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, do we do the? Should I keep the circles? Y'all like the circles?
I like the
circles. All right, Jack like the circles. Chat, what y'all think? Big KCL, what y'all we like the circles? He's doing something different. Randy, can you hear us? Okay.
I don't know if he can hear us.
You can hear us. I couldn't hear you just now. But I'm gonna leave this. Burger say he do not like the circles. Let me see. I don't want to do that. Oh damn! I didn't even mean to change it. Changed. All right. I'll leave it like that. I'm not touching nothing.
Full screen is
The
better.
full screen is better. But did I don't think I did that though. But whatever. See, I didn't do it. That's why I switched like that. Oh damn.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute now. Hold
I
up
mean,
now.
that's better. That's better for the circles. I can't hear you, Randy.
We can't hear you, Randy.
I can't hear you. I can't hear Randy.
We're gonna send me the Twilight Zone. Let me try to get the full screen because I don't even know. Man, I know I be doing stuff. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Okay, squared it up. Okay, brought it out some more. Okay, there we go.
There we go. This is what we normally do. All right.
But it's just gonna have our names on there.
Well, our name's not on there. Why can't we hear Randy? There's mysteries. The mysteries.
Right. We have to solve these mysteries.
Okay.
Brady Brunch.
The Brady Bunch. But I can see Randy can hear us, but we can't hear him. So we're gonna have to, Randy, you're gonna have to sign language all your comments, and then Jack gonna
or just go to the chat.
But let me see if there's something I can do. While I'm figuring this out, Jack, tell them about how great your week was.
How great my week was? What happened to Randy? My week was great, you guys. I mean, y'all know I'm all talk about fitness. I meal prep twice a week. I juice once this week. Lost 5 pounds.
Okay.
Feeling good. I'm just on cloud 9. I want y'all up here with me.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way because
okay, I got a spot for you.
I maintained my weight loss. Now it's time
That's
to take
good.
No, I got 5 pounds I want to drop this month, 5 pounds in June, 5 pounds in July, to get me to my very first goal. I'm at 210 right now. My goal is to be at under 195 and then make an evaluation. So once I get under 195, I'll go, I think I want to be under 190. So 180 something is where I want to be. But I'm scared to get the bobblehead. I lose too much weight. They had a big ass head, so I don't want to do that. So when I get to 195, I'm gonna decide what to do after
that. Okay. So what actions or what steps are you taking to reach losing this 5 pounds this month?
So me and Big Chat and Chatara. Well, let me tell you what I'm doing. So y'all know ChatGPT. My ChatGPT has 2 personalities. I broke him into 2 people. You got Big Chat, which is like my homie, my bro. Then I made it almost like JB. And then we got Chatara, which is the cis, the fly ass cis, perky cis.
Not the Chatara.
I'm gonna show you what they look like. I'm gonna show you what they look like.
No, man. Hey,
there
y'all hear
go.
me? There we go. Yeah.
Can y'all see it? That's Big Chat and Chatara. Can y'all see it?
That's your chat.
Right there. Stop right there. Okay.
That's ChatGPT.
We said we with you. We with you.
So they made me a workout routine. So my workout routine is the first week 3 days of working out.
Yes, I can be a kid. I can.
Okay. Ooh, that's a good question. So before I let Jack answer that, I'm just going to throw out there that I do have a routine, Jack. I do have a program. It is up to me to follow it, but it exists. I use ChatGPT for it. And you guys start using ChatGPT, man. And don't just make it this ChatGPT. I made mine a man and a woman so they can both give me games. Chatara be like, no, don't worry about that.
I don't do all that.
And then Big Chat be like, you know what I do. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it.
He said, I don't do all that.
I use it to answer my emails, though, for real. At work.
Yeah, I used it for captions. I used it for it's made different logos for the podcast. Like this shit for a person who was anti-AI, I'm with it now. I like AI so much you think it was Allen Iverson. I'm with all the AI. But Jack, I'm gonna let you answer Big KC question.
Okay, so, and this is what I tell Michael. This is my interpretation. So don't, this is what I feel. Weight loss, a person is paying attention more to the scale. They're looking at, they have a number that they're trying to get to, and they're trying to get to that number by losing weight, by either through exercise, through diet. And that's with weight loss. You can still have fat with weight loss because all you're doing is focusing on a number that you're trying to get to. Now, with fat loss, with that, you're turning the fat into muscle. So you're putting more emphasis on what you're putting into your body, your protein intake, you're paying attention to your macros. So that's what I interpret as fat loss, because when you're focusing on losing the fat, you really want to turn it into muscle. And when you do that, you're not focusing on the scale at all. You're focusing on how you feel, how your clothes feel. And you're also looking at especially for women, you're looking at the hip to waist ratio. And for men,
we like them hips. Get them
and
hips
for
right.
men, right? For men, they're more into the building of the muscle. So with them, their weight is going to fluctuate a little bit more because muscle weighs more than fat. So you are going to fluctuate your weight a lot. So that's why we don't pay attention to the scale, because when you're building muscle and you're losing fat, you can gain a little bit of weight because the muscle weighs more than the fat does. So you want to keep that in mind. But that's the difference between that. I hope I answered your question, Big KC, but that's the difference.
With Jack. Get fit with Jack.
Hey. Oh, I ain't gonna tell you when, but me and Jay, we had a conversation the other day.
You're welcome.
So Jack, we will
Jack.
one of these Stone Mountain Sundays.
Yes.
We'll probably might have tell Randy so we can take a fight out here. But we definitely
we definitely doing that.
I'm with it.
Okay.
All right. How low? Randy, I'm gonna throw it to you. How low? You just got Jack's.
Hey, I guess I'll say my high is Mother's Day, right? So my high on this week is celebrating the women that have birthed everything. That none of us wouldn't be anything without them. The mothers of the world, the mothers of the earth, being able all that they go through. And I was talking to somebody the other day. I went and got and we're talking about this. There was I went and got a manzillion this weekend. Hey, it was interesting, right? I'm telling you,
I'm manscaped, so I ain't even.
Hey, look, manzillions on a whole nother level, bro. I'm telling you, I've been manscaping for like the last 3 years. But my girl talked me into getting a manzillion, and I'm telling you, it's different. But me and her was having a conversation. And we was look, and we was talking about motherhood, right? And it was some things that she was bringing up that's saying that moms are so important to everything in everybody's life. Right, that they love with a different love. That maternal instinct is something that every woman is born with, that every mother has, that they translate it. And if y'all stick around at the end of this, I'm gonna talk about mother wounds as well. That's my man up moment that we're gonna talk about afterwards. But celebrating mothers today is that they will sacrifice. Moms will make sacrifices for their kids in ways that dads never will. In ways that and I consider myself to be a great dad and love my kids and have done everything that I can for my nieces and nephews and all the kids, adopted kids in my life. But the depths of how a mother thinks, we just don't. Right? As a man.
Is it fair to say, Randy, they make sacrifices, of course, in ways that men never will, but is it safe to say in ways that men just can't? Like we just not.
Yes, absolutely. That we don't have the capacity, right? So I agree. So today is a high. to be able to celebrate all the women. Happy Mother's Day to all of y'all out here that doing what us as men don't have the capacity to do, right? Even in our willingness to want to, we just can't. So for all of y'all that do, this today is for y'all. Like, we celebrate y'all today, and that is the high. It's no low. The high is today, that Mother's Day for every mother out there today. Look, a Pod Named Kickback is celebrating y'all for all y'all do.
That's right.
Because man, we can't. That's it.
100. I don't have a high or low moment that comes to mind, but what Randy said just kind of touched me a little bit. So I think I want to.
Hey man, you know my heart with you all day on this day, right? Because man, I know Steph, my aunt, that was, man, she embraced me with a lot of my other aunts who was in my immediate family didn't. The way that, like, how she brought me, you know what I mean? How she brought us together, right?
Randy would come to the house out in Mayfair, stay for damn near the whole summer. We just in there cutting up.
And look, and ain't asking my mother to send no money. Ain't nobody got to do nothing. Just drop him off, and he good. He good.
And I want to send
a love. That's love.
I'm gonna play this. I saw this clip today, and of course it touched me because of my situation. And Jack, I think you'll feel it too. But I think it speaks to what Randy was saying. Is like the role that a mother plays. And when you lose your mother, it is really like your universe kind of falls out of orbit. And you can never understand like how you just boom until it happens. This is Melissa Ford talking about losing her mother. And I wanted to play this.
Hey, before you play that, for y'all that don't know, that he lost his at a very early age, right? So Mother's Day resonate with him harshly because his mom, my aunt, she left us way too soon, and as a child, she left us. So let's keep him. Let's play.
But anybody who has lost their mom understands what it means to be a part of this club, and people who have not lost their mother don't understand until it happens to them the insanity that you feel. You just won't get it. Your entire universe has been ripped to shreds. You are hurtling through time and space. It's literally like you are, you're untethered. You've lost your tether to the earth, and you are just flying around, and you're hoping somebody grabs the string and pulls you down. But that is like, it doesn't happen. The grounding that happens takes years. It takes years. I'm at year 3.
Just about, not even fully.
I wanted to play that because I think it's every Mother's Day, Father's Day, we celebrate the mothers and fathers in our lives and throughout the world. But there is always somebody that's sitting there going, there's always somebody that has nothing to celebrate. And it's a hurtful feeling. But I want to say I'm blessed. I'm telling you why. I lost my mother, right? But her big sister took me in and raised me from age 11 until I lost her a couple of years ago. And now I have a bonus mom who I still, call on Mother's Day. I still have a mother figure. And I'm forever grateful for it. But it does make you like, I'm blessed. I have my mother. I have my aunt. I got my bonus mom. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, but that means I'm going to lose all of them too. Like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's rough, man. But I want anybody out there that has lost a parent, specifically a mother, as we celebrate Mother's Day, you're not alone. You're not by yourself. You're not dealing with it. You're not dealing with it by yourself. We are, there are several of us who are all dealing with it, and we're all trying to get through the day with a smile on our face and honor our moms. Yeah, and you're not alone. It says it's incomparable, devastating loss, and there's no amount of time that we heal that pain.
Indeed,
that's 100%.
Indeed.
Like you never get over it, but it becomes easier to deal with. Like today,
it's a continuous healing. It's continuous healing.
Yeah.
You're never healed. It's always a continuous healing. And in the amount of time after you have gone through your grieving period, and there's a lot of stages and not just one. So if you just research on the grieving stages and all of that, once you've gone through all of those stages and you're at a space where you're able to enhance your coping skills, that's what you need to continue to do every year. Enhance your coping skills, because the pain is never going to go away. But as long as you enhance your coping skills, and I want everybody to know that anybody has lost a loved one, a mother, I want you to know, and I understand it's a very hard day today, but just know, do not lose sight that you have a spiritual warrior now. This person is going to protect you from things you cannot see, period, on this earth. So just know that, and just know that you're always being protected, and you have somebody that is looking out for you in ways that you could not look out for yourself. Nobody on this earth could look out for you.
Let's go, Jack.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah, and Randy, because of a couple of things I went through, of course, with my mom when I was a kid, losing my Aunt Joyce, who raised me a couple of years ago, and then losing JB.
Love you, Aunt Joyce.
Love you, Aunt Joyce. Love you, JB. Randy sent me a book. Told me to get a book. I bought it. I haven't read through it all the way yet. He said he wanted us to do this together. It was the book on grieving.
Yep.
You remember the name of it, Randy? Yep. I was going to give it to recommend it to people. And we going to start it. I promise you, I will start it this week. So as long as you got time to go through it.
Hey man, I'm waiting on you to catch up. It's called the Grief Relief book. And anybody who's suffering through it, like, you should look this book up, man. And it gets to a point where you need in the book where it's somebody you should share it with. And I'm sitting there waiting on that point. So when you get to chapter 3, then we'll do it together. It's called The Grief Resolution. And it's a book that anybody that's grieving anything in any kind of way, any shape, form, or fashion, whatever it may have come from, whether it been your mom, your dad, or just life, or jail, hell, whatever. It is a book that will help you overcome any grief that you've experienced in your life. And I had a grief counselor who recommended this book to me, right? And I'll tell you, the first 3 chapters healed me in so many ways that it's been amazing. Anybody, I'm telling you, if you experience it, then you need to look it up and get that book. I'm waiting on you.
I'll be there before the week is out. 3 chapters.
The Grief Handbook.
The Grief Recovery Handbook, 20th anniversary expanded edition is what I have, by John W. James and Russell Freed. I'm gonna say it one more time for y'all. The Grief Recovery Handbook, 20th anniversary expanded edition by John W. James and Russell Friedman. So we can all start this book together.
And I also want to say one other thing that I also did, and I know this is a stereotype in the Black community. Go see a therapist. Go talk to somebody. A lot of times that you have these therapy, you have this available through your job. So research and find out. Sometimes they give you 3 free sessions, 5 free sessions, just free sessions, period. So take advantage of that, because that's what I did when my mother passed. It was through Delta Airlines, and I took full advantage of it, and it really helped me with my healing process, with my grieving process. So please don't let anybody talk you out of therapy or make it in a bad light or negative light, because it's not.
And
I am a product of therapy. It's like I take all day. And I just put it in the I'm trying to put it in the chat.
Good man. I went to therapy when my Aunt Joyce got sick. When it started looking bad, I went to therapy then, because I used to sit around and think that my Aunt Joyce would pass. Like one day she'll die. I would break down the tears. It's all like this a random Tuesday. I just might die one day. And I like, literally, it was like I didn't want to lose my mother. And I went to therapy before she passed to be able to handle it once she actually passed. Well, that's my story. Now we got.
See if you can share the. I try to put a link in there to the book. It's
Okay.
like it needs you to.
I bet you I had to get my laptop on a charger.
But that's good stuff. I will agree, man. Like, look, therapy is something, especially in our culture, as in our culture, that we think that it was always meant for crazy people or something got to be seriously wrong with you. If you like, and you being like, all right, if you're somebody in therapy, like, what's wrong with you, right? But no, like, it's a lot of things that we don't talk about, and we need to unpack with ourselves. That therapy will unlock some things in you that you don't even know. Right. Therapy helped me, and I've done 3 years of therapy. Therapy helped me realize some places that I needed to heal, that I wasn't even where I was wounded.
I hear you. Say it again.
I ain't even where I was wounded in these places that therapy revealed I needed healing in. Right, I'm all black men for therapy. We need it, especially for men, because we've been emotionally trained. We've been emotionally trained to downplay our feelings and our emotions and to not feel, right? That anything that makes us feel, we've been conditioned to think of it as a weakness, right? And that's how we think about it. And therapy will help you. Don't look at it that way.
I was trying to figure out how to bring this up today, and I was like, I'm gonna wait until it happens. And Randy, you just gave me the perfect one way for it. I was on Facebook last night, and in one of my little Facebook groups, and it was a meme posted that said, "If I hear a man say he values himself, it just sounds zesty to me." And I was like, if I say I value myself, you think I'm gay? No, this is stupid. And then everybody was like, well, why can I be stupid? Why I got it? I was like, no, you are literally saying if a man says he values himself, he's gay. That's dumb. So we can't value ourselves? And it was like, and then people in the comments like, that's right, girl. That's right. If a man said that to me, and I was like, y'all are literally championing like men shouldn't value themselves. This is ignorance.
You shouldn't even jump in that
conversation. It's another level to the man down.
Randy right.
You shouldn't even jump in that conversation.
And it was going and going. My mind was blown because I was like, y'all like this post? Like, y'all think this real? That if a man says he values himself.
See, now you got to realize that was not your generation conversation. Okay.
But I ain't tell you one of the women that was
this is the moments I talk about, moments that men need to master. One of them is that fighting battles that we don't need to be in. We do it all the time. And jumping in battles that we don't need, that's not our fights. We miss the ones that we do need to be fighting because we fighting ones we ain't got no business being in.
Where my round of applause at? But that's real, because after that, I was like, I shouldn't have even responded. When I thought about it, like, who am I even responding to?
Yes,
this way, why
exactly.
You know, Berg says, I lost my dad at the age of 9, and every grown man at the funeral told me to be strong. During therapy, I found out that I was the driving force in my life. That's real, Berg. Like being strong and not feeling shit. Like the song I wrote about my mother that I played at the beginning of this podcast, I say it might sound funny, but I would wait until I took a dump and then go to the bathroom and cry all I want. And this was me, Burger, Hook, H, Ivan, probably Peas. We in the basement hanging out on 4th and Delafield. And my mother just died. I'm feeling emotional. We laughing and joking, but I'm feeling away. I ain't crying in front of them.
Right.
I'm going to take a shit. I go in the bathroom, and I just cry in the bathroom and come back out like nothing happened. It got to the point that even in my 20s, this is gonna sound wild as shit, but I'm being totally honest. Even in my 20s, if I went to the shit, I would water up. My eyes would water up for no reason. I wasn't crying, but that was my practice. That's how I hid my tears. I would only cry in the bathroom by myself. So I'd be taking the shit chilling. Like, why am I crying? What's going on? Oh, muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? And that is a thing that I did. I wouldn't cry in front of people.
I would go act like I had to use the bathroom or really use the bathroom and cry in the bathroom.
Hey, look, and that was like, look, and Bergen, like, look, the men telling you to be strong, right? That's why I do Man Up Monday. That's what we do. That's the equivalent of saying, man up through this. But tell me how, right?
Right.
No, I don't need to be strong in this, right? I need to feel this. I need to process this. Like I lost my dad. I gotta go. I'm a 9, and I'm gonna have to go through my whole life without my father. And the advice you got for me is to be strong. Tell me how, right? That's what we do. That's why I do Man Up Monday, because we tell people to man up. We tell us brothers how to man up, but we never tell us how, right? And don't tell us that it's okay to cry. Mourn your father today. Cry all day long. And we crying with you, bro. We crying with you, Burger.
Exactly.
We crying with you. Right? We crying with you. And everything that your dad is gone now. Every one of us right here today is gonna be what he should have been. And call on me. Here's my number. I'm right? Mm-hmm. I got you. And that's what we do. It ain't about just telling that. This is where we all grow up. How us unemotionally available men are created by situations just like that. Telling the brother to be strong, telling him to man up, but never giving him telling him that right now you can cry. And then I'm going to tell you and show you how you can heal from this and move on. But be vulnerable. Brother, I ain't telling you to be strong now. Not while your dad, while you burying your father. I don't tell you to be strong. No, you don't need to be strong today. Right. Mourn today. Today, mourn. Mourn the loss that you suffering right now and feel that. And then we going to heal from that from here on out.
That's the definition of manning up. That's the definition of it.
And guess what, Big Casey? The fact that you said none of the men showed up in your life, guess what? That made you stronger. That was a lesson in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say part of being a strong man is being able to show your emotions without shame.
Without shame.
And that is something
that's good.
I've been pretty good at because I was raised by women. You know what I'm saying? So
we both were. Ain't nothing but women in our family.
It was a whole festival of show your emotions. You know what I'm saying? So I never thought that showing my emotions was wrong. And when I got shamed doing it, I'm like, well, I can fight. So if you think I'm a bitch because I'm showing my emotions, I can show you in other ways I'm not a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to take it there. So I never really felt bad about showing my emotions. I've always had a green light with that.
Right.
And, I think it made my
evolutionary. Appreciate you.
I think it made I think it made the podcast better. I think it made me a better lover, a better man. And
I love it. I'm sorry, y'all. I love the name.
I love it, Bob, yeah, all the rest of that probably.
Yeah, evolutionary L. That is.
I love that.
I think we talked about it last week. Where I said I had reconnected with a homegirl from back when I was rapping. It was reminding me of who I was. I was staying strong. That's L. So shout out to L. She's been like a little angel on my shoulder. That's been like, no one knows you can do it.
Appreciate you, L.
That's what's up. No, she is your peace contributor. She is your peace contributor.
That is an excellent title. L, the peace contributor.
Hey, man, look, we freestyle. Let's get these topics, man. Where we at? Where we going at?
Right.
No, bull. So now y'all want to talk about poly right now?
Nah. Is that the first one?
That is the first one. So let's do this. Let's do something to break it up a little bit, so we can kind of reset ourselves. So it doesn't really apply, but this is the latest drop that I added. We're gonna drop this, kind of boogie our minds, and then get back to topics.
What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly?
I was waiting for one of y'all to say something I didn't agree with, so I could be like, "What the hell? What the helly?
What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly? What the helly?
but I agree with everything I said, so I ain't got a chance to use it because y'all been killing it. So I haven't had a chance to disagree. But here is something
we flowing
that I might disagree with.
Yeah,
because this topic was inspired by
got plenty.
Me and Randy had Jack was into. We had a private podcast convo, and Randy made a comment, and I was like, "We're gonna do a topic on this." So I'm gonna let you.
I'm taking notes.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
And that is our job, and that is the mission behind the kickback conversation. Let's spark some brains. We might not come up with the answer, but we might spark the brain that does come up with the answer. And in that, we are all peace contributors because we're contributing. You know what I'm saying? To the peace.
Drop the nugget tonight, Jack.
Right. So I wanted to talk about ethical non-monogamy.
Ethical what?
Ethical non-monogamy.
Oh, here we go.
Polyamory. The freedom to love who you want to love.
Here we go.
We was in our group chat, and Randy was getting on me.
Yeah.
About falling in love, starting a relationship, moving down that path. Whenever a nigga in love, he be like, "Nigga, why aren't you in love?"
Right. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? and I was explaining to him like, I'm dating with purpose, but I do date. Well, I don't want to throw a bunch of terms at y'all, but in the polyamory world, there's a plethora of terms. And the term that I use is ambiamorous. And to make that make some sense for you guys, if you're ambidextrous, you can use your right hand or your left hand, right?
Uh-huh.
Amor is love. So if you're ambiamorous, that means you can love monogamously. I can have one woman, be with that one woman forever, and I will be fulfilled and I will be happy.
Yeah.
Or I could have two women and be fulfilled and be happy. And I think the misconception with polyamory is people think it's an opportunity to cheat with a hall pass. And
that is a hall pass.
It's absolutely not. If you are in a polyamorous relationship, you have an obligation to meet the needs. And
I can bang two girls at the same time, and they both feel like they good. That ain't a hall pass. All right,
no.
Throwing it out there. Go ahead, finish. I want to interject.
Because I think what a lot of people think is in the polyamorous world, it's the man, he get two women, you get all the bitches. No.
Yeah.
What if I'm dating a woman?
Okay. Can I?
Let them finish that. Let them finish.
What if I'm dating a woman who is attracted to men and women, and she's in love with a woman and with me? Am I getting? I'm fucking two bitches, or am I loving two women?
Oh, I'm gonna kill it. Give it.
And I think that I have personally, I know, and I'm not gonna call y'all out. That's so Burger comment too. I ain't be calling everybody y'all, but I'm gonna say
this. Hall pass, Burger.
Can you tell me? All right, answer this question, Randy and Burger, for you two. Have you ever loved more than one woman or liked more than one woman in your life at the same time? Because I know when if you've been married, you probably still got love for your wife. If you dated two women, you probably love two women. Now, it sounds expensive unless the woman, but see, that is putting the onus solely on the man. And that is where you're wrong. That is your fatal flaw.
Man, you asked a question and you still talking.
You think it's I was reading a joke. You think it's about the man having two women, and that's where you're wrong. And that's why you'll never understand it, because in your limited scope, this is man get two women.
Limited
That's not what it is.
Okay, what is it?
When I first got introduced to polyamory back in 2005, I was dating a woman that said, I love you, I love women too. And would you be open to us having a girlfriend? I said, what does that mean? Like, I want to explore that part of myself too, and I want to see that with you. Can we have a girlfriend? And in that situation, it ain't like, you got to pay for everything. You got to be Daddy Wolf Bucks because he want all these bitches. No. A woman said to me, this is what I want. Can I have it with you? Can we have it together? And I think the limited scope is meant people just think, dude want 10 different girls. He just want a hall pass. It ain't even about that because it ain't just about sex. I've been the quote unquote other dude. I'm dating somebody else's girl, and we done had a damn near relationship. Even though I'm the side dude, I love her like she loved me. So I've been in a situation where real talk, I was sharing a girl. I was saying somebody else's girl, but not my girl. But I was saying a woman that I actually loved. It wasn't like I was just fucking her because it was fun. I loved this woman, but she wasn't my woman. She belonged to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in situations where I've dated two women as I'm trying to figure out who I want to be with. I want to settle down. I like her for these reasons. I like her for these reasons. I'm gonna have to let one of them go. But damn, she's like my spiritual advisor. I love that. But she's my fun girlfriend. I love that. But I gotta let one go because society says I can only have one. Now I gotta make a choice. Do I let go of my spiritual girl? Do I let go of my life is fun girl? What if I don't have to let neither one go? What if I don't have to?
Cake and eat it too. Hey.
To me, you a dumbass if you want your cake and don't want to eat it. I just want to hold it in my hand. All right, dummy, hold the cake till it get rotten. The point of having cake is to eat it. Who the fuck gets a cake and then don't eat it?
I get it.
So my point is, it is polyamory is the power of the right, the decision to love who you want, to love more than one person. If it was just about sex, then I'd be like, you just cheating. It's just a hall pass. But as a person who's actually dated polyamorously, like I love the women I dated. I didn't one of them want my pussy for the weekend, my pussy for the week. These are people I cared about, I love. People who I poured into their lives and they poured into mine. If you can't understand, I find it hard to believe that you can't understand what it's like to have more than one woman love you, or to be like, I actually love more than one woman. I'm confused. Like this just gives you the freedom to do that.
Jack, all right?
I have questions.
Jack,
because
we won't need to hear no more from you on this. Jack, where you at? Because I got a lot on this, but I'm gonna let you go, Jack.
Let's see, I've seen different.
Don't ask him no questions. No.
I'm just saying.
You don't run the podcast. Do what you want, Jack. Don't listen to fucking Randy.
I have seen different levels.
I know it's yours.
Poly. So I've seen it on a financial, to where the people it wasn't based on sex. It was based on financial. And it was just they just all had a connection. So it wasn't based on the sex part of it, but it's based on more financial. So they had businesses together. It was more driven that way. I've seen it that way. Yeah. I've also seen it based on just the sex, but I've also seen it be more complicated when it's based on the sex, because my questions are, and I'm not asking this just to new, I'm just saying my questions that I have in my mind are, if you want to start a family, if y'all want to start a family, who carries the child, who wants to get, what are the rules and regulations of everything that happens with that? And do you guys make decisions together collectively, or is it because it's a couple that brought somebody in? Is it more of the couple making the direct decisions and regulations and boundaries versus the person that they bring in? So it seems a little complicated.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying it seems more complicated. Also on the flip side, are we?
Let her finish her thought.
Hold on. Also on the flip side.
Hold up. Let me answer that part first before you go into a whole other thing. Now, that part, everybody's poly is different. So let's say me and Jack are together, right? And she wants to bring, she want to bring Randy, and I can't think of anyone else. So That is one dynamic. But let's say I'm single, Jack's single, and Randy's single. We just decide all to be together. That's a totally different dynamic. So there is no couple making the decision because we was all single when we met. So what couple is making the decision? We will all have to.
What I said was if it's a couple that brings somebody in.
Right, but that's only one example of poly.
Right.
That's one example. We can't give that one that you know about all this weight, all this credit. That's only one version of it. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's what I'm saying. I've seen different versions of it. That's what I'm saying.
And that's my point. So there's no one size fits all way of selecting these benefits. It's not a one size fits all. Every individual situation is different. My most famous poly quote is everybody poly different. Because what if there's no couple? Yeah. What if there was no couple?
That's true.
Me, you, and Scarlett Johansson met at a party.
Now, on the flip side, are we getting
Jack,
to the point
you asking questions? Can I go?
Let Jack finish. I'm cutting Jack off. You got hit.
You, Randy. Actually, this is to you, Randy, because are we getting to a point where a man is not satisfied with just one woman, or vice versa? Is that where we're coming?
You don't get
to
the
now?
answer, no.
I don't think
you don't get the answer.
No, I said to Randy.
You don't get the answer. She ain't asked you that.
Only one of us is poly. So who the fuck will answer the question? The non-poly? What are you talking about? And I want the white person to speak for black rights. No, black people don't speak. Let Billy tell us about civil rights.
Answer, man. We don't need an example.
I don't know that it's a matter of. Let me ask you this, Jack.
No.
Have you ever dated more than one? Have you ever dated more than one person?
Don't answer, Jack. Don't answer. Answer her question. Answer her question or move on. Answer her question or move on. Don't answer. If you can't answer the question with a question, answer her question.
Go ahead. Y'all
answer her question. Answer her question.
Y'all two go ahead.
No, Jack, jump in. Randy ain't got nothing going. He ain't got nothing coming. Answer the question, Jack.
I'm sorry to hear the question. What was the question?
You don't want to hear the question.
What?
No.
What was the question?
No, don't answer the question. All right, forget it. I got it. I'm in here. Forget it. Don't worry about it. Look, this is what we talking about right here. And I'm gonna go back to evolutionary L. She made a comment. It's not a hard pass because in a poly relationship, there's already an understanding that there will be more than one person. I agree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. But I feel like for people who want to be in a poly relationship, me as a man, I'm gonna talk about me as a man personally. I don't have the capacity to give the same level of love to more than one woman. I do not. The way that I love, adore, cherish, and everything that I love about her. She is the fun girl. She is the smart girl. She's the career girl. She is all of that in one. And if she is not all of that in one, then she is not for me. So I don't have. So I feel like a poly relationship is that you want what you find that is a weakness in a woman that she can't have. You want to find somebody to fill that role. So you're like, okay, I got the girl who ride me good, and I got the girl who can pay the bills, right? That's that. So now in the poly, now I'm getting it all. I'm finding out who. Listen, let me finish. I'm finding what I can't find in one woman. Or in one man. I'm looking and I'm flipping it for y'all, for you, L, for the women and the men who all in a poly lifestyle for y'all, because what I don't feel that I can find one person to fulfill. I want people to fulfill multiple roles, right? So I'm gonna keep looking, and I want to bring people in to be like, okay, yeah, you the one who do this, you the one who do that, and we all good together. But no, and this is just my look. I'm not saying y'all wrong. I'm just telling you what I see. I see that what real and true love is. It's one-on-one. It ain't. I can share and love multiple women because I do. You know, me and you. Most of our women, most of our family is full of women who I love them all. Right. So I've learned to love women because I've been raised by them, and they've taught me how to love. And knowing that I know that truly in their heart that a woman wants to be loved by one man, wants one man to see them that they don't see any other woman in this world. That no, what I do for you, there is not another woman on this planet that does what I do for you, that makes you feel the way that I make you feel, and you don't feel the same way for any other woman on this planet. That's and again, not knocking it, but what I'm saying is that for me and for most, I don't have women are too they too complicated, they too complex, they want way too much that I can't imagine. Like for you being in the poly, like I feel sorry for you that you got more than one woman that you trying to figure out what they want and trying to make them happy. Just one is enough for me. That I don't have the capacity to give what I have.
I respect
one. And I don't want any woman in my life that I love, and I say that's mine to feel like what I got for you, I got that for somebody else too. No, this is exclusive, babe. It's only you. It's only you.
I hear that, and I respect
say it again. Drop the mic.
Jack, you was quiet a minute ago, so keep on. I respect you for acknowledging your limitation. I respect
you called it a limitation, bro. I call it a strength.
This how I view. Most of my life,
it was Adam and Eve. It wasn't Adam, Eve.
That's you believe in the Bible. That's a whole nother story. Because actually, it was Adam, Eve, and Lilith. So you wrong on that. It was two women. Adam had two women. You wrong on that.
She ain't get it though.
Correct yourself.
We talking about who was created. We ain't talking about who came in.
Hey, we get back on the poly.
When it was like you ain't supposed to be alone, I created a
we're not going by the Bible.
The other one came along. But I know the story. There was one that came along. It was only one that was created. When it said it ain't good for you to be alone.
And you on mute.
What?
I'm trying to talk over you.
This is gonna be good.
My point is that it isn't a thing of a woman can't do blah blah for me or blah blah for that, so now I had to get another woman. But I've dated. We all have, and I know we have. I ain't trying to pull by a coat, but like you've dated more than one woman and been like, I like both of these women. And it isn't like she does this for me and she does that for me and they're going to be the perfect woman together. You just liked her and you liked her. They both had good jobs. They both probably wrote a good date and they both had good conversation. And you had to figure out which one was which. Which one do I settle down with? And my point is just simple as that, is you can love more than one person. I did it before I knew the word poly existed. I didn't even know that the poly, they caught up to me. I already knew what that shit was. I have loved more than one woman. And I don't, and maybe everybody can. But I believe, Randy, you've loved more than one woman. Jack, I believe you've loved more than one man. Same thing with Burger, same thing with L, same thing with everybody coming. You love more than one person of the opposite sex, and not in a platonic way. You love them in a romantic way. But you just thought that I have to choose. It's no way I can stay with both.
You do.
So I want to make a choice. And what poly is, you get to that point where like, I love them both. And who do I choose? Because I can't be both. I can actually have both. That's what poly is. That's what I think. Now, Jack, I'm gonna throw it to you before I throw it back to Randy.
I understand both of your points. I understand that, this is two different personalities. Randy saying, hey, That's not for me. I like when one person pour into one person. I'm good on that. And you are like, hey, I could love two people at the same time. I could pour into two people. I mean, it's your choice, but I get both points. I don't disagree with either one of y'all. I think it's just more of morally if it's right or if you're able or capable of doing that and the people getting the same amount of love. But you can also look at some people receive love and give love differently as well. So it's so many dynamics that you can look at.
Randy, have you ever cheated?
Yeah.
So what was the story then? That queen wasn't on the throne?
It was in my immaturity of not knowing how to value who I was with that I ventured out to look for more. But when I learned how to value, when I learned how to value the one that I'm with, then I knew that she was enough. And she is enough.
Do you think
that she's enough that I don't need anything else outside of her, that she can fulfill every need.
Now, do you think she would have been more receptive? How do you think the woman would have felt if you told her, I'm not going to ever lie to you. I want to be honest. I would like to date multiple women, or she could date multiple men, or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
See, to me, it's about, that's why I call it ethical non-monogamy.
Yeah.
You're the man about it. You're standing up on business, and you're not being sneaky and lying and deceiving and cheating and possibly.
But why would one woman not be enough for you? That's what I don't get.
Why wasn't one woman enough for you?
Because I just admit it, because I was at a level of immaturity in myself as a man that I didn't understand how to value who I was with. That I thought what was lacking, instead of talking to her and having conversations of where we would disconnect that to try to connect there, I looked for outside sources to fulfill needs that she possibly could have fulfilled, but I never went to her that, because again, I take full responsibility for that for myself. That's saying that was a level of immaturity in myself. I didn't solve the problem.
Hold up. Now, if my woman was missing something, I just cheated on her, she didn't have every quality I wanted, that is immature. That is weak. I don't respect that. But
don't respect me, and then that's what I'm telling you. I don't respect myself in the moments.
I respect you. I don't respect cheating. I'm not a cheater.
Me either.
I don't cheat.
We agree.
That ain't my thing.
Agree.
But this is not
evolutionary answer. Agree to disagree on this one.
How I feel.
Yes,
if my woman does, everything I need her to do, and either she, I, or us together say we want another woman involved in that process, it isn't a knock on her. Why would she knock herself? I'm not giving you enough, so get another girl. I take that back. I'm sure some woman says that.
You just said one to fun girl, one to this girl. Why I gotta choose?
No, so, what I'm saying is,
your statement yourself said that this one was lacking something. That I needed another. You said that.
An example, but there are plenty of examples where nobody's equally yoked. Two women aren't going to be the exact same. So there's going to be some level of difference. But it doesn't mean that one is necessarily
lacking. Can be equally yoked.
You use the word lacking. You believe people can be equally
yoked? You said it. I only said it because you said it.
Come on. You said you believe people can be equally yoked?
Yes, absolutely. The Bible says don't be unequally yoked. The Bible says don't be unequally yoked. So if it's telling me not to be that way, that means that I can be that way. That it exists.
What I found, me and Jack was talking about this before.
And I believe the Bible.
Me and Jack was talking about this before the pod started. Is a lot of time my greatest interest came from women that were a little bit different from me, that showed me something different. I'm a nigga from DC. And she's like, hey, that's
you different. Oh, girl, you rolled this different. I ain't never been rolled like that.
You make it about sex. You make it about sex.
I'm just being funny.
It's like when they were like, oh, I watched this anime. What the fuck is an anime?
Right.
Oh shit. I like to go horseback riding. I'm from DC.
I never did that. Yeah.
So I found more connection with what was different from me than I did with what was similar.
Me too.
So you can't be equally yoked if you're different.
That's not being
you're not equally yoked if you're different.
That you talking about passions. Yoke is talking about being yoked is talking about morals. That's what it's talking about. We can have them. Speaking of passions, I'm talking about being us morally agreeing on the same thing.
Then you just totally discredited your whole argument.
Believe what I believe. I might not believe in horseback riding.
You just discredited everything you said. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I have a woman that likes to watch movies with me, and another woman that likes to go hiking with me, that's not moral. That's not moral. Right? That's only passion. That's not morals, though.
Yoke is talking about morals.
So me and both women can have both women can have the same morals and beliefs.
Talk about beliefs.
Hold up. We can have the same morals.
Talk about beliefs.
I'm about to mute you again. You said that shit again. We can have the same morals. We can have the same morals and beliefs. Quiet. Can't even hear you. We can have the same morals and beliefs, but we might have like different activities. That's my point. That's my point. So you prove my point. Just because we have different passions doesn't mean we don't have the same morals. So you may like, well, you like this one woman because of this and one woman because of that. Those are activities. Those aren't passions. Those are passions. Like you said. Those are.
Well, we know you guys. We know y'all not yoked. Y'all not yoked on this one.
You're right. I'm gonna let it go there. I'm gonna let it. Well, what the hell, Burger said? Burger said, "I've been horseback riding."
That's what I was laughing at.
I never began.
Okay, we're going on to the next subject. We're gonna agree that
let's go.
We're going on to the next subject.
All right, so next subject.
Look, man, we already out in. We ain't got but one more, and we gotta go.
Right. We're gonna breeze through these.
We stay on this way too long.
My left stroke just went viral.
Tell that nigga stop muting me.
Hey, you can't talk when I'm talking. One, it's a bad audio experience because the listener can only hear two people yelling.
But you cut everybody off when you want to.
What went viral? What went viral?
Let's go. What went viral?
Randy cutting people off went viral. That's what went viral. So I do, and I actually specifically really want to hear from Randy on this. Well, you too, Jack. We both have sons. The Rodney Hinton trial. Rodney Hinton Jr. Found out that his son was murdered by police.
Thank you, L.
They say that he was in a stolen car, got out of the car, flashed a gun at the officers, aimed it at him, and they shot him and killed him. Actually, the video shows him getting out the car and running, and them shooting him in the back. The father saw the video, and just like with George Floyd and every other situation, felt like, damn, they killed my son. And they say he was very emotional. He couldn't even watch the whole video. He left, came back, and struck a police officer with his car, a traffic cop. The deputy killed him. I am an eye for an eye type of man. I am tired of police killing unarmed black men. I am tired of police killing innocent black men. I understand everything that could have been going through Rodney Hinton's mind that I'm permitted to. I didn't lose my child, so it's going to be some variance. But just putting myself in his shoes, I understand. And I almost feel like a little bit of vindication, almost like finally we fought back. Finally, we fought back. But that family lost a son, brother, and now can potentially lose a father, a husband. And although there is a part of my soul that is so pleased that he fought back, it's another part of me that's devastated and what that family would have lost in a matter of days. So I'm conflicted. I want to be on my Malcolm X shit, like, nah, nigga, fuck that. You kill us, we kill you. But then I look at the family and the officer that died. I look at his family. You know, he was a almost retired traffic cop that may or may not have had anything to do with that. A part of me like collateral damage, nigga, big deal. But another part is like there's a whole another family crying and grieving and mourning. And I'm so torn with this one because I want black people to fight back so much. But I look at just what that family has lost. And I wonder, was it worth it? They lost the son, they lost the father. I'm fucked up behind it because I don't have an opinion. I'm just torn. Jack, I'm gonna actually throw it to you as a mother. If that was your husband and your son, like, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Because, and I do want to say before I throw it to you, I like that he walked through court with his head high. There was like 50 police officers there trying to intimidate him. He walked through like, yeah, head high. And I love that. But I also just, the other children that are not going to have a father now, that are going to have an uncle now, and a cousin, and a brother. I'm just fucked up, Jack. Take it from any angle you want.
So, I'm going to take it from this angle. I don't know, and I just saw a video right before we got on the podcast. I just sent it to the group chat, but I like how we stood up as far as that black officer that stayed on that elevator with him the whole time to make sure that nothing happened to him. That's how I like how we stand up for the black people. That right there spoke so many volumes. I don't know if it happened before he went into the courtroom and he held his head. I don't know if that ignited that for him to hold his head high because of that, because he had a black man in there and he made sure he protected him, make sure nothing happened to him. But that's what I commend and I applaud it, and I just commend that officer for staying on that elevator and making sure no matter what type of person or what, if he had chains on or whatever this man was looking like or the position he was in, that he made sure he was still protected. That's all I look at with this whole situation, that he still had a black man to support him even in the challenges that he was facing in that particular moment.
That's love.
That is.
And you see,
man, I'm gonna try to keep it short, because you know I can go on and on about this all day. But I'm gonna start with Jack point two, and L, I got respect for your husband as well, and I hope he's listening when I say this. Because I'm speaking to him and all of those who walk in the same line that he walks in. First of all, I was proud of the black man who held his head high. Although I feel the way he ended his story didn't justify his means. The ends never justify your means. And I felt like he darkened his voice when he did what he did. And I was like, you knew, good. Because we need to make statements in situations that happens. We gotta fight back and prove and say that we ain't taking this. But at the end of the day, if it goes into the narrative that's already been written that angry black men do dumb things, then you in the end you didn't help our plight. So for the officer that was in the elevator with him, and the first way how we fight this, we have plenty of us in our culture that are officers, right? And I'm speaking to all of y'all right now. The way that we changed the injustice that happens with us, it starts with you that are on the inside. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to your husband now, El. Those of us that are on the inside, that when we see other officers that call the blue line, what they call it, when they trying to hold the blue line, that we don't let the line be held over the black line. You hear me? The black line needs to be the new line that's set up. That all of us black police officers and those who believe and support us black people and the plight and the injustice that we've suffered, that y'all start holding the line on the inside first. That when the blue line is being upheld, the black line be like, no, this ain't what we doing no more. Right? This ain't what we doing no more. This ain't it, because when it start on the inside, those of us on the outside, we will support y'all. Y'all, the officers that's on the inside that will believe that we don't want injustice, that we don't want to see another case happen like this. We don't want to see another black man. We don't need another Trayvon. We don't need another Mike. We don't need another one of those. That now that we standing on those issues, and I'm on the inside saying I ain't going for that, then those of us on the outside, we will support you, officers. We will support y'all on y'all standing behind y'all badge. It's protect and to serve is what it says on every badge in every state in the United States. Protect and serve. And when you begin to protect us and stand on a line that we've seen too many injustices, that a dad does not feel that the only way I can get justice for my son is to take another life of a police officer to make a statement, that he came to that decision, that he felt like this is the only way that I can serve justice for my son, because it ain't gonna happen. Because I done seen too many Mike Browns, I done seen too many Trayvons, that I know what happened to my son is not gonna happen anywhere else. All right, so that's where it starts. Number one, with you, that's on the inside, black line. Let's start it. Hashtag that. Let's start it today. Pod Named Kickback. We said it first. And number two, for us as men who raising sons, teach our sons to be better, that to know that you don't have an opportunity to break the law and think that you're going to get a fair shot, that if when you did something wrong, that you got an opportunity to correct that. That when you step out there and you decide that I'm breaking the law, I'm going to do something that's outside the law, it's a chance that they're going to be hashtagging me on whatever. It don't matter what my situation was. It don't matter what level of what I faced or what I thought that drove me to this decision. There are officers out there that are looking to take your life. And under this administration, they feel empowered to do it as well, right? So we as fathers and mothers, we got to teach our kids to know that you taking a chance that you ain't going to get probation on this. Right. Back in the day, like we grew up, we can do a whole lot of dumb shit. We get probation and we come out. We be on 3 probations. Know what I mean? We got 3 probation offers. No, you ain't getting that no more. Like Slim, they killing you. They gonna shoot you dead because they feel like they can get away with it. They feel like they can kill us with no remorse and with no repercussions, that if you a black man and you doing something that's considered wrong, they can take your life and be justified. They'll get paid for time off and come back to work like they ain't did nothing. So we need to, on the flip side of this, hold the black line. On the other side of this, hold the father line. Teach your sons and daughters that you ain't gonna go out here and do something and don't think they ain't gonna kill you. A target already on your back. So when you step out there and do something wrong, you just made a neon green.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. And they kill it on the inside and outside of the jail. It don't even matter anymore.
Yeah, they're saying they probably won't even ask for the death penalty for Rodney, for the father. But it's just, I still don't know how to feel. Jackie,
I pray for the mother. Because she's dealing with 2 different losses.
She lost her son and now the father. You know what I mean?
That's
where it hurt. That's why I was like, at the end of the day, he had to think, You know what I mean? I feel like he could have made a bigger statement by not doing this, right? But I think those of us who see this story, let's not, we too many times, and I work for a news station, and they two cycles is where everybody forget everything, right? let's not let 2 news cycles make us forget this. We gotta take these moments the same way we've been doing Target and it been affecting them. Like, we gotta take these moments here and make them real. Hashtag it, talk about it, so another father don't feel like he's so desperate to get justice for his son that he feel he needs to take another life to make it be proven. Right? That's the desperation that we feeling right now.
I've been feeling that way for decades. I know LC,
you're not alone.
And I for now leave everybody blind. But
that's true.
If they take all our eyes and we don't take none of their eyes, then we just blind by ourselves. And they're the only ones seeing what's going on. So I don't really agree with that. Like, I'm not turning the other cheek. If I turn the cheek, you hit me on that. If I turn the cheek, you hit me on that one. Like, when do I fight back? When do we fight back? And I think, like,
it's how we fight back. We do.
Fact.
I agree with you.
I mean,
we gotta fight back. It's how we fight back.
I don't have no problem with cops being killed. And this is new. This is not everybody. This was new said. I don't have a problem with that shit. You keep killing unarmed black men, then some of y'all motherfuckers should die. That's just how I feel.
But are you just feeling that way because you're tired?
I've been feeling that way almost my entire life. You want to say I'm tired my whole life?
We gotta stop moving on emotion.
No, it's not about moving on emotion. If you keep killing us, then you need to be killed. What? There's no emotion in that. That's logic.
No.
If I go and start killing everybody in your family,
if it was logical, he wouldn't be where he is right now.
That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. Was it logical when they killed his son?
No, but
was it logical when they killed George Floyd? They still in jail. People get locked up for logical things.
But you've left your wife. But what I'm saying is you're moving out of emotion because now you've left your wife.
George Chauvin, who kneeled on George Floyd's neck, he left his wife too.
I'm speaking for us. I ain't speaking for
I'm
them.
speaking for everybody. I'm trying to make it make some fucking sense.
What I'm saying is we need to control our emotions.
At some point, we gotta fight back. It ain't about emotion. It's about fighting back.
It's how, like Randy said, it's how we fight back. It's how you fight back.
And you can't.
And the worst decision you can make is through emotion. The worst decision you can make is through emotion. Those are the worst decisions.
If you slap me and I shoot you, I had the wrong response. Don't fucking touch me.
I didn't say anything. Now, what I didn't say was I said you got to stop moving through emotions. I'm not saying right or wrong, but moving through emotions sometimes give you the wrong decision. You're not thinking clearly.
I don't. Well, for the sake of his case, we're gonna go. He moved with emotion. I'm raised by the Black Panthers. It wasn't no emotion. If you kill one of us, we will coldly kill one of you. There's no emotion in it. It's a logical decision. We have made a decision starting on today. If you kill one of us, we're just going to kill one of you. There's no emotion. No one's crying. No one's upset. That is the standard we have set. You will no longer kill black men, or we will kill you. So I don't want people to, for the sake of his trial, we're going to say emotion. He was emotional. He didn't know what he was doing. He acted. Yeah, whatever. For the sake of our conversation, kill a black man, we're going to kill you. That's how I feel. But I was raised that way. I came up under Malcolm X and the Black Panther Party. There's no emotion. I don't know the black man they killed in Delaware. I don't feel no emotion. But I just know that that's what it should be. If you keep killing unarmed black men, we should start killing you. To me, that's logic.
Okay.
Brother said he raises this seed. I raised my son to do everything you said, Randy, but I'm not accepting that shit lying down. I agree with Berger. Like, I mean, And sometimes you can be like, it's only gonna be worse for us. But at some point, you just gotta be a man and just stand up. No more murders. I'm not gonna keep killing us. I'm not gonna keep hashtagging black men every other fucking day. I'm not gonna keep doing it. We've been doing it.
Yeah, we say that, but then like we still getting all these stories where we seeing online with other black people who recording injustices happening. Put your phones down and intercede. Put your phone down, start recording injustices and get in the film. Get in the camera.
But to your point,
but we gotta fight back effectively. Like, look, in the African American Museum, let me finish my point. In the African American Museum, they got what they talk about, and it was the big when first indentured slaves first ventured to be free, and it happened in New York City. If you hadn't been in the African American Museum in Washington D.C., Smithsonian, you need to make the pilgrimage because they try and erase a lot of stuff that's in there. And in there is one story where they show wherein that the slaves fought back, right? And we talking about fighting back, and in fighting back, when they fought back, the people that was fighting back with them was offered a deal that if you stop fighting, you could be free, right? Wow. And that's when the indentured slaves, which was some of them were, Caucasians, indentured, was offered a deal that like stop fighting with them, and we'll give y'all a different decision, right? But my point is that when you can't just fight fire with fire, right? And that's what they tried to do, and then they got outsmarted, right? Because we fighting our fire. We want to fight with fire, but we fighting with government and politics and people who are in power, right? So the people who are in power was like, you know what? We can't beat them with them united. Right? They saw this. And look, go see this in the African American Museum. It's like, we can't beat them with them united. So guess what? We're going to use some politics to turn them against and be like, hey, you know what? Don't fight with them. Right? Don't fight with them, and y'all going to be good, and we just going to kill them off. Right? So it's unification that they fight against. And as we as a people, any way that we gonna fight any injustice and ever overcome it, and it's gonna be a mix of both, of Martin Luther King and Malcolm, because in their time they both was effective in both areas, but they failed to unite, and the government saw, and that's why they killed them both before they could ever figure out how if both of these Negroes learn how to work together, everything that we try to do is over. Everything that we ever been doing, everything that we ever want to do, it's a wrap, right? But that's what we gotta do. We gotta find that ground where, like, no, we ain't standing for it. Like, yeah, I'm at the Malcolm X by any means necessary. I'm in the window with my AR, but I'm with Martin Luther King too. Is that, you know what? It's peaceful protest, and what injustice is, and anywhere that protest is the voice of injustice, right? And those are the voice of the people that got to be heard. And the way they not gonna be heard all the time when me standing in the window with an AR, I gotta know when it's time for us to do a protest and when it's time for us to march with the AR. And when we find that balance, that is where we will start to combat and change things over. And that's what the government recognized long time ago, why they killed both of them.
And the issue is, there was a point, unpopular opinion, as a part of this, there is a point where you gotta run a police officer over.
Okay.
I'm not even joking.
I know you're not.
But it's just how you just said it. It's just
I know you're not.
There's a point where, because we did the George Floyds, we done did this shit. Tamir Rice, we done did this shit. Especially
but that's what they want. That's what they want us to start being that way. Then they can open season on us.
It's been open season on us, bro.
No,
it's been open season. Have you followed the laws? This motherfucker Trump, we're not gonna get to it, but he just did an executive order where he can bring the South Africans that enslaved black people.
White South Africans.
He can bring the South Africans, white South Africans here as a way of refuge. Like it's been open season. And the issue is niggas don't never want to acknowledge when it's open season. They've been killing us. We wouldn't be having these marches. There wouldn't be no George Floyd. It wouldn't be no Tamir Rice. It wouldn't be no Sandra Bland. It wouldn't be none of that shit if it wasn't already open season on us. It's already open season. How much are we gonna take? How much are we gonna take?
No, it's how is and let's move on. But it's how we gotta fight effectively. I feel you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. No, we have to fight back, but it's how do you fight? We need to fight a fight that's going to be effective, not one that's going to cause us more harm, but one that's going to push us to the change that we seek.
Every time we take them to court, they get off. They get
I don't know. I don't know what that looks like.
So what's the other way to fight? Every time we take it to court, we lose. What's the other way, nigga? What's the other way?
All right, what's our next topic?
Oh yeah, you don't have a fucking answer. That's the next topic.
I do have I answered it. I answered it. I answered it many times that we have to find the balance of the Malcolm and the Martin is how we fight. That's when we find the balance between the Malcolm and the Martin. That is where we learn how to fight back effectively. I agree with you. We have to fight back. We can't keep taking it.
Exactly.
But if we fight the wrong fight, if we fight the fight that they want us to fight, then we losing.
Sometimes we losing. I think the fight they want us to fight is the court bullshit where they get off. That's the one they want us to fight. They keep getting off. Why wouldn't that be their number one option? They get off every fucking time.
I didn't say court. No, that's not what I said. I don't know what I don't know what the answer is. I'm telling you what I believe the answer is that media.
A cop got to get killed sometimes. That's what I said.
I don't agree with that because we got people in our family that's officers. So I don't want none of them to die. One of my favorite uncles has been a sheriff for 20 years, right? I don't want him to get killed because somebody thinking like you thinking, and then somebody tell us Uncle Ray dead. Somebody killed Uncle Ray because Billy Bob killed his brother, killed his uncle 20 years.
Cops. They ain't targeting black cops, nigga. What you talking about?
I don't know
what you talking about.
What you talking about?
They ain't targeting no black cop.
They might.
The revolutionaries.
You said revolution killed cops. If I get pulled over by a black cop and I feel like he Uncle Tommy me, then I'm like, oh, because he black, I'm gonna give him a pass. It was black cops that was on the neck of George Floyd too.
There was no fucking black cop on the neck of George Floyd. Don't even tell that fucking.
It was black cop. It was black cop that was out there. It was black. It was black cops that was out there. Mike Brown in New York. Mike Brown in New York with a cigarette. It was black cops that was out there.
There was a black cop on the knee.
I know, not on his knee. Not on his knee. Not on his knee. Out there. He was not on his knee, but they was out there.
They say he was.
I ain't say on his knee. I ain't say on his neck. I said was out there.
You literally said it.
I was out there. All right. Well, let me correct myself. It was black officers that was there witnessing. That witnessed it. Okay. Tell me I'm wrong.
On to the next subject.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Tell me I'm wrong. You say it was a black cop on his neck.
I just said I correct myself that he wasn't on his neck. I said it was black officers that was there. It was black officers that were present.
Once you correct yourself, then you're corrected. I'm talking about when you was wrong. Don't correct yourself and be like, I corrected myself, now tell me I'm wrong.
Man, what you talking about, man?
BKC got me cracking up.
You know what I'm saying? It was a black cop on his knee on George Floyd.
It was a black cop that was out there. Tell me one black officers wasn't there witnessing it. Yes or no?
That wasn't the conversation. You said a black cop
had his knee on his neck. Move on.
Move it on. You know, moving on. Like,
Move
you
on.
tripping. Come late as fuck and they try to move the topic on. You don't control the shit.
I
What
don't.
is you talking about?
And I'm out. I'm out.
Be out, nigga. The fuck?
I'm out because you just an angry black man.
Just be out, motherfucker. What the fuck you talking about?
Oh Lord, what is going on?
I'm tired of that dumbass shit. I'm tired of the dumbass shit. Having said that, I hope you enjoyed the fireworks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. But yeah, we good. We good. Good episode. Appreciate you. My last words is ultimately going to be, I feel like we got to fight back for ourselves. I don't know the most effective way, but I'm tired of seeing black men be killed. And then if they do fight back, they're in prison for life. I don't like it. I don't know what the answer is, but I don't like it. And there was no black cop that had his knee on George Floyd's neck. Let's not even tell that story. Jack, anything you want to leave the people with?
I'm praying for y'all.
Nah, don't pray for me. I'm not putting up with no dumb shit.
I'm praying for y'all. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm in and on.
All right. You're not welcome back. How about that?
Oh my gosh, y'all not. Hey.
Hug off, nigga.
We're not
All
doing
right.
that.
Peace.
We're not doing that.